Hi, my name is Brianna, and welcome to my reaction commentary channel. Today we're going to be reacting to Season 1, Episode 7 of Hannibal. Last episode was literally insane, and we got introduced to several new characters. Miriam Lass, Jack's former trainee, and presumably the last victim of the Chesapeake Ripper. The arrogant and annoying Dr. Chilton, along with Dr. Gideon, who is the fake wannabe Chesapeake Ripper. Jack is currently having a major depressive episode, trying to juggle the reality of his wife's cancer diagnosis along with being taunted by the Chesapeake Ripper, with Miriam Lass's severed arm giving him phone calls and sleeping on his pillow at night. And Will is walking 1,000 miles in every serial killer's shoes, and he's paying the psychological price for it. Which leads us back to Hannibal, who is dressed impeccably as usual, with only the finest dinner taste, and he's out here catching bodies. I don't know what's going to happen next, and I'm excited to get into it. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, please like, subscribe, ring that bell for post notifications, follow me on all my social media. That way we can skip the chit chat and get straight to the good part.
Chesapeake Ripper kills in sounders of 3. He did his first victims in 9 days. I use the term sounders because it refers to a small group of pigs. That's how he sees his victims. The 8th is killed in his workshop. Every tool on the pegboard where they hung was used against him, and as with previous murders, organs were removed. Someone with anatomical or surgical know-how. An FBI trainee named Miriam Lass was investigating private medical records of all the known victims when she disappeared 2 years later, when her severed arm was discovered, only because he wanted it to be.
Absolutely. And Jack, I hope you're catching the symbolism of having Miriam's image over the shoulder of Will. Your past and your present are trying to match up, sir. And I need you not to do what you did in the past to repeat in the present. I mean, she is very good. Let's clap it up. Okay, so are we gonna learn a little bit more about Hannibal? Like his exquisite taste in music? And it's nice to see him outside of his office or the kitchen. Oh! I mean, it is nice to see Hannibal enjoying something outside of his dinner table. But also, hey Hannibal, have you ever met a man named Lestat? I feel like you two would really get along.
It's been too long since you properly cooked for us, Hannibal.
Come over and I will cook for you.
Hannibal is out here just feeding the world.
I believe this young man is trying to get your attention.
I mean, he definitely is. He's been staring very hard for a while.
This is my friend Tobias.
Good evening.
What's up, Tobias?
How do you two know each other?
There should remain some mystery to my life outside you.
Very professional.
I'm one of his patients.
Oh.
Franklin, the word is discretion, sir.
His eyes kept wandering, more interested in you than what was happening on stage.
He's not lying.
You too.
Class?
That was a very odd interaction. What's up, Jack? How you doing? Aw, he's gonna be triggered every time a cell phone rings. This is Jack's trauma in action. Sir, you really must be dreaming. Literally the stuff that nightmares are made out of. Severed arms and telephone calls.
There were abdominal mutilations and organ removal on the scene. I've had the room sealed. You'll get it fresh.
Fresh?
Then you can go back to class.
Oh, you don't want me in a classroom. You want me to wrap my head so tight around the Ripper I won't go back to class until he's caught.
He's not wrong.
Don't let the Ripper stir you up.
Take that in, Jack.
The reason he left you Miriam Lass's arm is so he could poke you with it.
He's probably impressed that she was able to find him.
I can also see that.
Any more phone calls, Jack?
No.
I mean, at least not during his waking hours.
The last time the window closed, I lost the Ripper and I lost Miriam Lass. I don't intend to do that again.
It's fairly evident the man's dead just by looking at him.
Surgery was performed and then unperformed.
Surgery wasn't performed here. There'd be a lot more blood.
I'm sorry, are y'all in the Stanley Hotel? What is this bathroom?
What did he take out of the chest?
Going for the heart, probably interrupted. It's intact.
Everybody out.
Yeah, it's time for Will to do his thing. Again with the antlers. Literally, between the shining motif and the antlers, it's the stuff that my nightmares are made out of.
Violent emergence from deep sedation.
I mean, adrenaline is a hell of a drug, especially when you're bleeding out.
His heart seizes up. I open his chest wall.
I mean, he knows his way around a scalpel and human anatomy.
I take his heart in my hand. Internal cardiac massage.
Trying to save his life? Will, I'm not going to tell you to shake it off, but sweetie, you're going through.
The killer wasn't killing, he was trying to save his life.
That's what I thought, Will. That's what I said.
It's the Chesapeake Ripper.
It's not the Ripper.
There are too many similarities.
There aren't enough.
I feel like we're jumping to conclusions. We need to slow down.
All attributable to the same killer.
22 possible signature components.
It's the Ripper.
Will said, well, okay, we're done with that conversation right now.
The Ripper left his victim in a church pew using his tongue as a page marker in the Bible he was holding.
Hannibal, have you met a man named Lestat? Y'all really do have a lot in common.
He'll catch the Ripper. Eventually.
Yeah, well, I want to catch him now. When I do, you're not going to get a chance to shoot him. Because I'm going to do that.
Jack is becoming all-consuming.
Tell me how you see the Ripper, Will.
I see him as one of those pitiful things, but he doesn't die. He looks normal. Nobody can tell what he is.
Good morning. Please come in.
He's our boy. Franklin, you little loser. Oh my gosh, he gives me so much secondhand embarrassment. Like, look at his posture. He's leaning into Hannibal's space. He's like super attracted to his energy.
Kind of thought you'd be there, which isn't why I was there. I was there because I like that sort of thing. It just occurred to me that you might like it too.
In fact, I do.
I tried to get your attention.
Yeah, you're not very subtle. Discretion is not your strong suit.
It would be unethical to approach a patient or acknowledge in any way our relationship outside this room until that patient gives consent.
I mean, he definitely gave consent.
But I really don't know who you are outside this room.
You're not supposed to, sweetie. That's not how therapy is supposed to work.
And we like the same things. I think that we would make good friends. It makes me sad that I have to pay to see you.
Your transference is showing, sweetie.
I am a source of stability and clarity, Franklin. I'm not your friend.
I was listening to Michael Jackson last night, and I burst into tears. And I feel like if I was his friend, that I would have been able to help save him from himself.
In this Michael Jackson fantasy, how is your friendship returned?
I just get to touch greatness.
Hello. Come on in.
I'm sorry, is this Gillian Anderson from X-Files? And she looks fantastic.
Well, one of us has to be honest.
I'm honest as anyone.
Not really. I have conversations with a version of you, but you are wearing a very well-tailored person suit.
Patient who wears a person suit.
More of a human veil. It must be lonely.
I have friends. You and I are friendly.
You are my patient and my colleague, not my friend.
Okay, are we getting a little parallel between Hannibal and Franklin?
I see enough of you to see the truth of you. And I like you. Red or white?
I mean, I like him too. That does not change the fact that he's out here eating people.
Good evening, Will. Please come in.
It's my two favorite guys in the same room.
Drinking.
I had a glass of wine with my last appointment. She was drinking with a patient. I have an unconventional psychiatrist.
I mean, you are also an unconventional psychiatrist.
Am I your psychiatrist, or are we simply having conversations?
Yes, I think is the answer to that.
I read the Freddie Lounge article. Chesapeake River has struck again.
No. That is not the same guy.
Maybe it's never been the same guy.
Oh, what, now he has a friend?
What was the brutalization hiding?
The careful surgical removal and preservation of vital organs.
Organs that you later kept and then ate.
Organ harvesters?
Jack's looking for a serial killer he can't seem to catch. It's a brilliant diversion.
I will keep it in mind if another body drops.
Please do.
The way that Hannibal drinks in Will, he looks at Will the exact same way that Franklin looked at him.
Any other infections?
You seem convinced I'm diseased.
I was asking a broader question. A disease is an infection. An infection isn't always a disease.
Yeah, sir, do you want to fight?
May I ask for your business card, please? For my records.
Oh, shit.
You need a hand?
I think I must have hit a rock or something.
Sir, this feels very ominous. Do you not feel the tension out here? Yes, you've met him before, and you see that look on his face? I've seen that look in his eye before. Sir, you're out of here. He's gone. We just don't talk about him anymore. My God, Hannibal.
Found him in a school bus, sitting across the aisle from himself. Not only did the Ripper take his kidney...
Both victims' organs have been harvested for transplant.
You could put the organs on a ventilator long enough to coordinate the donation.
Were Mr. Caldwell's heart and kidney disconnected for easy reconnect?
Yeah.
Two different killers, same agenda?
I still would not accept a dinner invitation to Hannibal's house. I'm just saying, he is a good cook with a great eye for aesthetic. Alana, you were always here, girl. You were always eating his food, just like Jack, just like Will.
Are you purposely avoiding the subject of Will Graham? Not on my account, I hope.
No, it's on Jack Crawford's account. I don't want any information about Will that I shouldn't have as his friend.
This episode has been a lot about friendship.
Jack asked you to profile the Ripper?
Not since I consulted on the case with Miriam. Will does that too, you know?
What? Have affairs?
Flirtatiously change the subject. You have that pathology in common.
Or we just have you in common?
No, I feel like Will and Hannibal have a lot more in common outside of Alana.
It's not even about Will. Jack's obsessed with the Chesapeake Ripper and he's grooming Will to catch him.
He's definitely grooming Will, but Jack is not the only person grooming Will because Hannibal absolutely is as well. Oh my gosh. I thought Will was bad with his hallucinations and delusions at dead people just getting up. Jack, sir, you are spiraling out of control. Sir, is that how you're picking out your victims and your dinners? Using their business cards and your recipe cards?
They're all missing different organs. Now we're looking at hearts, kidneys, livers, stomachs, pancreas.
My God!
He's missing a spleen. A spleen! Who the hell gets a spleen transplant?
Jesus! This show is wild.
Ripper's making sausage.
He's making a lot of things, including sausage.
You confident one of them is the Chesapeake Ripper?
At least one of them.
Good morning. Please come in.
Oh God, Franklin. Every time Franklin walks in, I get nervous.
I saw you shopping for cheese.
I'm sorry, did Franklin just like commandeer his seat?
Yes. Jose's.
Sir, do not touch him. You are crossing all kinds of boundaries. I don't feel like Franklin is long for this world.
Do you decide to buy it sexually?
No, God, no.
I mean, it's cool if you do, Franklin. I'm like, we're all friends in the room. This is a safe place. Well, as safe as Hannibal can be. Hannibal's many things. A bigot, he is not.
Despite differences, he's your best friend, but you're not his.
Well, it's sad when you say it like that.
I mean, you are seeking something.
You often worry about being alone.
Being alone comes with a dull ache, doesn't it?
I think that's the first time in the entire show that Hannibal's opened up his office door and there hasn't been a person on the other side. What's up, Abigail? But also, what's going on?
Better that it's just the two of us. Dad.
Dad?
Well? Well?
Hannibal said, "You didn't come to me, so I came to you. I came to find you." And Will is over here having discussions with his unconscious.
What time is it?
Nearly 9 o'clock.
Sorry.
No apology necessary. Your eyes were open, but you were not present.
Oh, Lord. It's getting worse.
Felt as if I was asleep.
Need to stop sleeping altogether.
Best way to avoid bad dreams. Well, I can see why you have bad dreams.
These aren't the Ripper's enemies. These are pests he's swatted. He doesn't have a problem with cruelty. The reward is for undignified behavior. These dissections are to disgrace them.
Takes their organs away because in his mind they don't deserve them.
Will, he's being honest and showing you who he is.
To me, he was humiliating someone.
He was humiliating Jack.
It's driving him insane. Jack, right now, is not the same character that we met in episode 1.
The city works with dozens of private ambulance companies.
Including this one, but not as a first responder. A first responder driving away from the emergency?
Will, there you are.
Wow. Everyone's in the same room.
We have a lead. Would you care to help us catch the Ripper?
How could I refuse?
Devin Silvestri is one of our part-time drivers.
Does he want to be a doctor?
He's taking the MCATs.
Jack,
Yeah.
if the ambulance radio is on, I can use the DF suite to find
That's
it.
my girl. She's always on top of it.
This is very educational.
I bet it is Hannibal.
Show me your hands.
I can't.
Dr. Lecter! Need you to assess the situation here, Doctor.
He was removing his kidney. I can stop the bleeding.
Do it. Mr. Silvestri, put your hands behind your head and exit the vehicle slowly.
Will, what was that look? Is it finally dawning on you? Are you like putting together the similarities in your own head? You know what? If I did not know what the food was, I'd be like, looks great.
You sure you can't stay?
I don't think I would be good company.
I disagree.
I think you would be his favorite company ever.
What became of Mr. Silvestri, Stoner?
You saved his life.
Been a long time since I used a scalpel on anything but a pencil.
Uh-huh.
I just stopped being a surgeon.
I killed someone.
An emergency room surgeon has to happen from time to time.
It happened one time too many. I transferred my passion for anatomy into the culinary arts.
He did do that. He is very literal when he says that.
I have to go. I have a date with the Chesapeake Ripper.
Will's like, oh, I have a date with the Chesapeake Ripper. Hannibal's like, you rang. Hannibal, stare at him a little bit harder as he leaves the room. Sir, fix your face. Do something with those eyes. He's so proud of himself.
Before we begin, you must all be warned. Nothing here is vegetarian.
Oh my gosh. He's such a loser. All right, and that concludes episode 7. I really enjoyed it. We got to learn a lot more about Hannibal. We got to meet his psychiatrist. I already love her, especially when she made the reference to Hannibal wearing a human suit. I was like, is this also a Buffalo Bill reference from Silence of the Lambs? If it is, I see the connection. I see what you're doing there. For the first time, we see a more emotional side of Hannibal, first starting with him at the opera. Also, the show was able to shed a light on the internal loneliness that Hannibal's going through and reflecting that through his conversations with Franklin. We got to see Franklin's misguided search for friendship reflected in Hannibal, and how he's trying to take a doctor-patient relationship to the next level of friendship, which is never a good idea. Franklin is seeking a deeper connection with Hannibal, and Hannibal is not returning those affections. But also, Hannibal is currently seeking a deeper tie to Will, and when Will didn't show up to his appointment, you could see the disappointment all over Hannibal's face and all the way throughout his body language, to the point that Hannibal was like, well, if Will's not gonna come to me, I'm gonna go find him. Both Will and Crawford are having their mental fortitude broken down continuously through their unconscious, both having reoccurring dreams of like the most nightmare-inducing situations that they've been in lately. Crawford with Miriam's decapitated arm, and Will with the antler imagery, and also Abigail calling Will her dad in his dream. And currently, there is nowhere for Will to turn that Hannibal is not also there. If he's chasing the Chesapeake Ripper, he's also chasing Hannibal. If he tries to escape his everyday life and go to therapy, there's Hannibal. If he turns to Alana, Guess what? She's probably over at Hannibal's dining room table right now, snacking along. And Jack goes to Hannibal to cry on his shoulder. So poor Will and his psyche are at a major disadvantage. Right now, Hannibal is holding most of the cards. And Crawford's right. Will has not been wrong about a case yet, so I'm just waiting on Will to crack the case and be like, oh, Hannibal, Chesapeake Ripper, same person. And then once he finds that out, how is he going to react? I don't know. I want to know. You know what? For the next episode, I just wish everybody had peace and calm and a good night's rest. But I'm pretty sure that it's not going to happen. But until the next episode, I want to say thank you for watching and thank you for being here with me. On your way out, if you could do me a quick favor, please like, subscribe, ring that bell for post notifications. Follow me on all my social media. That way I can see you next time with another one. Bye, y'all.